Yeah, most likely. He was definitely on oxycodone, and the actual Nazis were definitely on meth, for sure.
They gave Nazis meth?
Oh, yeah, man. There's a great book. Is it out there?
It's in the other room.
It's in the other room. It's called Blitzed by, how do you pronounce his name? Norman Ohler, right? Norman Ohler. Great guest, too. He was amazing. But he wrote this book about all the meth they took during World War II. It's all about, like, the most meth they gave
so
to the
he
people
was a
in the
Nazi
tanks.
that wrote a book?
No, he's a researcher. How dare you?
I want to read a
That's the
book by a Nazi.
Well, you'd have to read, like, Mein Kampf, and you have to read it with, like, a book cover on so people don't think you're a psycho.
Well, I mean, we got to know what they were thinking. You
Right.
know what I mean? People should read it.
That's the book. That book is great.
Blitzed.
So they were all on meth.
That's Hitler just all fucked up off meth.
Well, Hitler was definitely on oxycodone. He was on a bunch of other shit, and he had a doctor. It's a really good book. You should read it. It's very interesting because it gives you a totally different insight into why they were behaving the way they behaved. Like the kamikazes, for instance. You know, they flew their planes right into the ships. They were on meth.
What?
Yeah, that's why they did it.
But like, what kind of meth? Like, were
Crystal
they just,
meth.
But like, okay, but like, how were they taking it in? Were they just like smoking the pipe and then hopping in the plane?
Good question. That you can eat it. First of all, there was pills, and there were actually prescription pills that the government would give out in Germany. What's it called? Pervitin. So this Pervitin stuff was essentially an over-the-counter methamphetamine that you could buy. That's how many people were on meth.
I feel like a lot of the most popular drugs at one point or another are like over-the-counter medication. Or like prescribed,
At one point.
right?
Oh, yeah, for
like cough
sure.
syrup. Like everybody's doing promethazine. I mean, they still are or whatever, right? But then they had to like ban it.
Yep. Yeah, syrup. For every war and abused drug. What is this, Jamie?
It starts off with, I didn't know ISIS uses a ADHD drug.
ISIS is on Adderall.
Captagon? Captagon sounds like a fake drug. That sounds like a drug in a movie.
Yeah.
The kids want Captagon.
It sounds like it was made by like the guy who made adamantium metal.
Right. So it was an early ADHD, a failed ADHD drug. It was banned almost globally in the 1980s, but a few Middle Eastern nations are still producing it. What does it do? A stimulant gives some sort of euphoria and a sense of purpose. Let's bring that shit back,
Euphoria
Pfizer.
and sense of
Stop
purpose?
trying to give me some fucking vaccines that I don't need. And how about hooking me up with a little euphoria
And sense
a
of
little
purpose.
sense of purpose? Little yellow tablets seem to be fueling much of the mayhem in Syria, but illicit drug use is on the battlefield isn't new.
And there's Pervitin.
Yeah, so the methamphetamine Pervitin was distributed to soldiers in preparation for the war. And what's interesting about that is they had different doses for different people. Like the dudes in the tank at the very front, they got the most meth.
Damn.
Of course. You're going to need it. You have the craziest job.
They're just like, because they would have to stick their heads out the top of the tank, wouldn't they? And then like give the directions.
So there it is.
Fucking go right now.
Yeah.
Fucking turn around.
They gotta shoot him again. Boom. I mean, you imagine what it sounds like when a fucking tank cannon goes off? She says the U.S. military distributed an estimated 200 million amphetamine pills to its soldiers during World War II, and Japanese kamikaze pilots in the Pacific used it in their final fateful missions.
Whoa, U.S. military.
Yeah.
Our guys were on meth too?
Oh, yeah.
World War meth.
U.S. military distributed an estimated 200 million amphetamine pills to its soldiers during World War II. Yeah, well, look, if you have soldiers and they're in combat, you want them to live and succeed. You don't give a shit if they're taking steroids. Good. Give them all the steroids. Give them every fucking thing you can give them. Give them EPO if it helps their endurance. Give them steroids. Give them shit that makes them more aggressive. Give them things that make them more confident. Give them everything. Give them beta blockers. Give them whatever the fuck works. They're in combat. Like, that's important. So if you got amphetamine, give that shit up, dog.
Do you think anybody was like, they stayed addicted or anything?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Would it be cruel if I went up to like a World War II veteran with like a pipe and was like torching it at the
I
bottom?
don't think
like,
they do it that way. I think they were taking the pills.
You know, you still like to party, old man?
Just crush some of them pills up, put it on a table, maybe you'll snort it.
I learn a lot when I'm here. I feel like a lot of your guests like they have so much to like share with
a
the
couple
world,
of-
but I just come here just ingest.
Well, I'm ingested too, dog. Child soldiers in Africa. Why couldn't I say that word right? Child soldiers in Africa are commonly given a mixture called brown, which is cocaine and gunpowder.
Holy shit.
Whoa. This is ingested by inhaling it into the nostrils, a method that rapidly affects the user and is conducive to addiction. What about the gunpowder makes it better?
Also here, as you were saying that too, it's back to the Civil War. They were using alcohol, and then
Yeah, American Civil War soldiers were often given alcohol prior to battle as a form of liquid courage and as a means of steadying their nerves. Huh. Wow. Niall Ferguson concluded that World War I could not have been fought without alcohol. During World War II, amphetamines were used. Yeah, amphetamines are better. If you've got a choice between alcohol and amphetamines, like, bro.
I was watching this dude. Oh, man, I forgot his name. He like gives these lectures on history. David? No, I don't know.
Dan Carlin?
Nah, that's
No?
not it. Wait, can I pull out my phone?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I feel like this is like school.
What was he doing lectures about?
I don't know. I was only watching them because I was like, I better brief up on something to talk about. Because last time I was here, do you know I read the comments on the last time I was here, and people were like, this dude's not so cool. He's not interesting. The last guy was better. That was a great episode, the last guy. So I'm like, all right, well, who's he, And that dude was like out here, I think he was like a fighter pilot talking about aliens, like spilling. And I was like, why did Joe put me after that fucking guy? Like, and, on the way here, the driver was like, yeah, man, the other day we drove the Irish comedy writer who ended up getting canceled, and this happened, and they took his shows off, but there's all this controversy. And I'm like, now I gotta go up against this guy. Like, that guy.
You can't think about it that way, man. We're
That's
just
true.
hanging out. We're having fun. People like these shows as much as they like all the other shows sometimes.
Look, this guy's name is Dr. Roy
You know?
Casagranda.
Okay. And what is his deal?
So I was watching this video where he explains like what led to World War II,
Oh, interesting.
but he spends like 45 minutes talking about the hundreds of years before World War I even, and how that kind of came to play. So first he explains how World War I came to play, because to understand why World War II happened, you got to understand
Right.
what caused World War I, And I forgot where I was going with this. There
Just
was a point
history.
to it.
History of war.
Oh yeah. No, so everything I listened to it. I had to listen to it like 3 times because I kept getting distracted and stuff. But it sounds so like sophisticated, and it makes sense if you listen to it all. I'm like, okay, I get why World War I happened now. But then finding out that everybody was just like drunk and on meth the whole time, just sounds like just such a broy idea to go to war. Like, it's all this sophistication behind it. But then
Well-
at the end, they were just like, fuck, let's just get fucked up while we're out there, though.
Well, all those old-time English gentlemen, they all wanted to go to war. It was like you wanted to prove your courage in battle. It was a broy thing. It was almost like a frat boy thing.
Well, everybody wanted to conquer land back then, right? And just rule empires and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should go back to that.
What are you talking about?
No, I feel like stuff is too leisurely now. It's too comfortable.
That's true, but we need to teach people that leisurely is not good for you. You don't need artificial, you don't need the kind of conflict that's going to ruin cities and kill people, and don't go back to that. That's stupid. We just need to understand how to manage the human body.
What do you mean?
Manage the body. Manage your brain and your body. That's the.
Are you saying everybody should work out and just eat
that's
healthier?
That's most minor interpretation of it. But we need to figure out a way to keep people from being aggressive, and to keep people from being greedy, and keep people from stealing resources. And we need to curb some of the worst aspects of human nature. And I think the only way to do that is mushrooms.
Everybody has like mandatory
mushrooms.
Mandatory mushroom.
Yeah, if I become president, mandatory mushrooms. We'll have mushroom day, and afterwards everybody's just gonna hug it out. Go, well, I don't know what I was thinking, man. I'm sorry.
It's like an adult vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A vaccine for human stupidity. But I mean, that's our problem, is that we're managing human behavior, right? We're managing, we want to steal resources from this country because they got all the natural gas, and this country's got all the minerals, so we're trying to make some sort of a side deal with the rebels to overthrow the government. That's what's most of the problems in the world. It's people being cunts.
Hold on, before I forget this.
What do you got?
I got rappers.
You said two things. Earlier, you said that was the most minor interpretation.
Yes.
And then right now you said, what you said, cure the stupidity,
Human stupidity.
the cure for human stupidity. Is that what you said? Cure for human stupidity.
Yeah.
Minor interpretation, the most minor interpretation. That should be the title of my next special. And cure for human stupidity should be the title for your next special.
There's no cure, but we need to guide a larger percentage of people in the right direction. And that, like, worldwide, that'd be the only way we save this experiment of the human race. The only other way is AI. AI is a way that might save us or make us obsolete.
Yo, AI, that's some scary shit. Cause I don't know if it's real. I saw this video. I don't know when it was shot or like how recent or not recent it is. Because I mean, all I'm watching is just Instagram reels, right? So
Right.
It's a minute. At the longest, it's like a minute long. So this could be a minute from some movie from 2002.
Okay.
Or it could have been recorded. But there's a video, supposedly it said the godfather of AI warns people about the dangers of AI. But I'm like, why? Like, if that's real, if whoever was like behind AI, whatever team it was, is like, hey, but be careful with this. It's like, why'd you make it then? Like, I feel like they just did it to jerk themselves off, like a real Oppenheimer thing, where he's like, now I become death, destroyer of worlds. Or whatever. It's like, why'd you do it then? You know what I mean?
Well, it's the same kind of thing in that you have to do it, because if you don't do it, your enemy's going to do it. If your enemy's going to hold it, the whole world is very different. The idea is that if America does it, we kind of suck in some ways. We suck with some of the things that we do with other countries. We suck with some of the ways we spend our taxes, but we're the best out there. We're the best option right now. It's the best way to run the world. It's the best way to behave in terms of like your freedoms, having as much freedom as possible. No countries have this combination of freedom of speech, First Amendment, Second Amendment. There's a lot of rights that we have in this country that are just different than the whole rest of the world. I think it's the best way to do it. And we like to think of ourselves as being the most benevolent of all the superpowers. We're the best ones. The other ones are evil. They're communists. They're run by dictators. We're trying, like, that's why everybody's afraid of Trump being a dictator. We don't want any dictators in this country. So if we develop AI first, we won. That's good. Just like we developed the nuclear bomb, we dropped a couple of them and said, now back the fuck off. We're done here. We don't want to do this anymore. And then we never did it again. So that's good. Now, if Germany had developed the atomic bomb first and nuked Britain and nuked America and just went on a nuking spree before we could ever develop one,
You see,
imagine how different the world would be.
Yeah. You ever watch those videos, the AI videos of like two celebrities making out? It'll be like Elon Musk kissing like
Trump.
Brad Pitt or something, or
Yeah.
Trump, you know?
Yeah, I've seen those.
I feel like we had to make a couple of those and then tell the world, like, all right, now back the fuck off. We did that.
Yeah. Do you know how many times they blew up atomic bombs for tests, though, after that? I'm learning more and more about that recently. I'm reading this new book right now by this guy, Richard Dolan. He's a UFO researcher. And he's talking about one of the things that they were doing was they were doing altitude detonations. So they were detonating these nuclear bombs 150 miles above Earth. They did a bunch of them. They did it like a bunch of times. And
Doesn't it stay in the air?
they didn't even know. They were just experimenting and testing. There's a bunch of shit they did that is so wild. You know, like John Wayne did a movie in the Nevada desert near where the test sites were, where they blew up like, I don't know how many hundreds of fucking nuclear bombs out there. They blew up tons of nuclear bombs.
And then John Wayne just went out there and was
The whole cast got cancer.
The whole cast?
The whole cast got cancer. John Wayne died of cancer. Like a giant percentage of the people that worked on the show, on that movie, got cancer.
Imagine-
See if you can find the results of that.
Imagine being on the team who's like sending the nukes into the air, and then you just kind of see like the clouds stay in the air. Like, I wonder who's the first guy to be like, ah, shit.
They didn't even understand that. No one had been subject to large-scale radiation before. It was a new thing, especially from a detonation. It had never happened before. There was no meltdowns yet. There was no 3 Mile Island or Fukushima yet. 1980 article in People magazine reported that out of the 220 cast and crew members, 91 had contracted cancer, with 46 deaths. Led to the film being dubbed an RKO radioactive picture. The controversy surrounding the film location and subsequent health issues has been a point of discussion and debate amongst historians and scientists. But yeah, like the amount of bombs that they detonated.
Was it a good movie at least?
I don't think it was. It might have been that Genghis Khan movie. Was it the
man.
Genghis Khan movie? Oh, it was a piece of shit.
What is that movie rated on Rotten Tomatoes?
It has to be a 0. It's so bad.
Man.
It's John Wayne playing a Mongolian, which is the craziest thing of all time. It was the ultimate whitewashing.
He's doing Mongolian face.
And he talks like this. 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
This is what you got
Bro,
cancer for, John Wayne.
I know you got cancer for the worst. The Conqueror. And look how hot she is. She's like completely European looking, his girlfriend. Like, play some of this because it's so stupid. Yeah. Fall off the horse. Look how hot she is. Woo.
She's all impressed by
And
him.
he just took her clothes off.
Temujin, under his heel, the cowering nations.
Look how
In his
bad this
arms,
is.
The unconquered woman. He took what he wanted when he wanted it. Borutai meets his fire with ice, matches his fury with flame.
Your hatred will kindle into love.
Before that day dawns, Mongol, the vultures will have feasted on your heart.
Oh, shit.
Tempted to barter an empire.
Bro, I mean, come on. This is the dumbest movie ever to gain John Wayne cancer.
Bro.
It's so bad. Like, how bad is that movie?
Women always talk about how, like, like I was reading this article where they were trying to trash F1.
The movie?
Yeah. And they were like, oh, another movie where the only woman working, because, like, the girl in the movie, she's like the first, what is she, like the team director or something for an F1 team, like first woman with her. It's like, and she doesn't, like she doesn't level up until Brad Pitt unlocks her potential. Like, oh, like we need a man for that. But it's like, bro, women have the best roles in movies.
Not in that movie.
I mean, yeah, she got hit pretty hard, but if you think about it, this is a movie about like, oh, Genghis Khan conquering so much, but the best thing he conquered was the woman. Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, the woman's always like the main prize of the movie.
Well, throughout history, that's one of the things that people did go to war for.
Women?
Yeah, for sure. Nobody went to
nuts.
war for some dude's butt.
A lot of, I feel like a lot of war could have been prevented then if like porn had just came around way sooner.
No, because porn's out now and there's still plenty of war.
That's true. So why are they going to war for now?
Resources. All it is like tricking people into doing something for you.
Women and resources, man. Women and resources. When are we going to learn?
It's just money, man.
There's enough women and resources for everybody.
There's not, though.
Nah? There's at least enough women.
Yeah, but they're not the same. Here's the thing. For women, I think the number is women are only attracted to 20% of the men. So like 100% of the women out there are only attracted to 20% of the men.
That kind of makes it fun, you know? You got to
No.
hope you're in the 20%.
Yeah, but if you're not, you're fucked.
If you're not, you just go to war.
And there's more of those dudes that are in the 80% now than ever in history that we know of, right? Like, isn't there, like, when they do the studies of the amount of people right now currently that are celibate, that are not having any sex at all, and not by their own decision, not by their choice, I think they're higher now than they've been in a long time.
People are going celibate?
On accident. They just know that they're unfuckable.
Unintentional.
Nobody wants to fuck them.
Celibacy.
That's real, man. That's like a real problem. A bunch of people are just sitting at home and watching TV all day and ordering DoorDash.
I think you gotta like split your time up. You know what I mean? I think celibacy could be good for like a week or two, and then you gotta be like, all right, no more DoorDash.